everyone, this is Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. This is Franklin and Frannie S'mores Bear number 2 from Marjorie Ann Designs. And I had cut off the top portion of the legs just so they don't overlap underneath the stomach, the middle portion. Just from the weight of the books, sometimes it'll cause indentations and I don't want them, so I found cutting off the legs gets rid of that. Especially if the legs cross over at the top. It's just my preference, not anything anybody has to do, but scrapbooks get pretty heavy. Now I glue the legs on first and then the feet. I'm going to zoom in just so that way he's a little closer to the camera. I'm using Barely Arts glue. I will post all of the bear sizes in the comments underneath the finished picture when I post. So now I'm gluing on his belly. Excuse me, allergies are great. I just go over the back with a bone folder on some pieces just to make sure everything's set down efficiently and well. So after his stomach is always his ears and then the pads of the ears. This is one of the regular ones where the left ear is the bigger one, so it's usually 99% of the time on the left, and this was one of the files where it's on the left. But if you look at the base, just kind of look which one's bigger, which one's smaller. As bear number 4, it was a mirrored bear, so the bigger ear was on the right, and it threw me off a little because it's hardly ever on the right. But this one is the usual on the left. So after you get the ears and the ear pads down, you're going to go ahead and glue the head down. You don't need that much glue. This glue is very, very permanent, but I've been gluing for so long, I'm not used to having to use just a little. I've seen some girls use dots, and that makes me nervous just because I don't think I've ever used that little of glue. So now I'm going to glue on his muzzle. And this is the boy bear holding the stick with the marshmallows. I was looking for my acetate. My heartburn medicine is always right there next to me because I get indigestion really easy. Pasta sauce does it for me. So I'm gluing on his nose. I dug out the acetate so I can trace his mouth. I use a Micron 005 pen. But after his head goes on, I'm gonna do the arms now just to get them out of the way. They do go behind the body. And I'm deciding to do one arm and then the mouth. I could tell I was tired after cooking all day, but that's all right. I wanted to get the videos up for everybody, and I didn't do it the normal way that I do just because I normally never put an arm on and then do the face and then go back to the arms, because once the glue's open, I try to just continue using the glue. Now those are glue dots, and what I did is I cut one in half to put it on each side of the marshmallow, and instead of it having 2 marshmallows on the stick, I just used one, and I put one behind the stick and one above the stick. And those halves of my glue dots I folded in half again, and I put them on each side of the stick, and then I'm going to glue the other marshmallow onto the top of it. And that's just so the stick isn't noticeable in between the marshmallow from the weight. That way it remains smooth and even. I bent the stick there, but I was able to bend it back. I noticed that when I had turned it around while I was actually gluing it. And I'm going to adjust the stick again. Now, since this is a roasted marshmallow, I went with my Sandcastle Brown by Catherine Pooler around the white. I haven't decided if I'm going to do little circles. That's just extra. I mean, I could perhaps take a cap to a pen and make the tiny little circles in there like the blisters when you roast marshmallows. But you're going to glue the stick on the body. And this is one that the second arm doesn't go behind the body. He's holding the stick. So this one's going to go above. I don't put it under the head. I just line it up right flush underneath it. And there's his little hand holding the stick. Right there I'm putting, the cap back in the glue. So now I'm using my 08 gel pen. You can get them anywhere. Amazon, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, you name it. Everybody has them. I've had them forever. I think Jelly Rolls came out when I was in high school because I used to doodle with them and get in trouble, but I was always drawing. I said that in another video I did for 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop just because it brings back memories of my math teacher getting upset with me, even though I graduated high school before I was 15. So my pen dried out a little bit. That's what happens if you go over chalk. I just wipe the excess chalk off on my finger until my ink comes back through, and then I'll go over it. And here I'm using my pan pastel just on a highlight on his paws and his feet and then the nose. Sometimes I do go back over and highlight other areas, but just for Franklin, those are really the only 3 areas that I do, besides the whites of the eyes, are his feet, his paws, and his nose. He's so cute. I love this set, and I'm going to post it, like I said, with all the measurements of the width. The height automatically adjusts in Cricut Design Space, so as long as the lock is on, it'll adjust accordingly. Thank you for looking, guys. Have a good day.